I think the most difficult day for both Amanda and myself was the last day, the day that she passed away. I had gotten a phone call from UCLA the night before. I had just finished a group presentation. I was in Riverside. It was at a medical center, and I just finished that. I made a few sales. I was in a semi decent mood, and then I got a phone call, and I had to go to the back of the medical center. And the doctor essentially said there wasn't anything more they could do for her. Her blood pressure was too low. They'd done a dozen operations. The infection was still there. Then there's no way they were ever going to be able to get it all. So they said they're going to have to call it. And essentially, she's still on life support, and she might have another day at the most. I said, okay, well, I live 100 miles away. Is it okay if we come in the morning? She said, that'll be fine. She'll still be fine until then. So I hung up, and I thought that was fine. So let's continue this. Unfortunately, the next morning, it was probably 9 o'clock in the morning. I had just woken up. They said, unfortunately, sir, your wife has maybe an hour left. She's slipping much faster than we thought, and you need to get here as soon as possible. And I went, an hour? I live 2 hours away. Are you going to tell me I'm not going to be there for this? I say, well, we're sorry, but we'll try and keep her alive until you get here. And then I was just in complete panic mode. I had to call her family, let them know. They scrambled over there. They live much closer to me. And then I picked up her good friend. She lived about a mile away. I just said, be in your front yard in 10 minutes, and we're leaving right now. If you want to see, your friend pass away. And I picked her up, and I drove as fast as a car could go, 80, 90, 100 miles an hour down the road. And it was very stressful because it was 100 miles away, and there was traffic going into Los Angeles. It was a Friday afternoon. Luckily, it was in the morning and not later in the afternoon. So it took us a good two and a half hours to get there. And of course, you have to park the car at UCLA. That takes time. You have to go get an ID and check in. And all this stress is building inside you, thinking, oh my God, is my wife going to be alive even when I get there? And finally, we got to the floor. I think it was like the fifth or sixth floor. It took a while to get up. You had to take an elevator, run down long halls, and they finally let us in. We ran down the hall to see her, to make sure she was still there. And when we walked in, she was still alive, fortunately. Her family hadn't yet arrived yet, which I was surprised. They lived closer. They came in about 10 minutes later, her sister, her niece, and it was really just the four of us there at the end. And I think they had kept her alive to some extent. I don't know how they did it. She really didn't look alive when we walked in the door. I thought she was already dead. She didn't move. There was really no sign of life. But from there, it was a very nice ending. I mean, they cut off the machines. We sat back there and we held her hand and said goodbye. And that was the end of it. And to be honest with you, the reason why I tell this story is because every relationship will end at some point. And if you have a relationship with alcohol, you have to make sure that doesn't become the only relationship in your life, the most important relationship, because this is the road you're going to go down. There's no escaping it. Unless you're able to face your denial, take culpability, and own your disease that's inside you, that the mental health side of it, this is the road that you're going to go down. And it's going to be an early death. You're not going to live, statistically, the numbers that you would like. You're not going to have a long life, and you're going to leave people behind. And it's not a way to go. So I share this story as a deterrent for others, because there's no escaping it. If you continue to drink on a regular basis and put alcohol in your body on a regular basis and disregard the relationships in your life, this is the road that you're going to go down. And with that said, when you're ready for some customized one-on-one help for both your family and your alcoholic, the link is in the bio. Set up a breakthrough call. I'll assess your situation, and then we'll go over the coaching program that it will involve really every member of your family, or as many members as we can. And again, please like, share, and comment. And again, we also have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism, which has become a very good support group. And again, I appreciate everybody for listening this far.